all set.
Hi there, I'm Julie Cutting of Cure Restaurant, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Today we're going to show you how to brine. It's a very simple procedure. It's just going to incorporate a lot more flavor, a lot more moisture. It's what we do to all of our proteins here at Cure. We have a nice pork loin here. This is a Hatfield. It's all natural. It's antibiotic-free, hormone-free. I've already gone ahead and taken off all the silver skin on it. I'm just going to go ahead and take off a little bit more of the chain that runs down the side. I will brine this with it, but I want it to start getting its pellicle around the outside without that on there so it can have maximum flavor and maximum absorption of the sugar and salt solution. So we're just going to clean that up. That's pretty much trash. Put that off to the side. Now what I have here is a full gallon of water. There's 4 quarts in a gallon. A lot of chefs will start with warm water so they can dissolve their brine. I don't like to do that. I feel like it's a little dangerous to have warm water and then put your warm protein in there. So I start with just it's pretty much, it's not icy, but it's about room temperature, but it's not warm. So what we're going to do is you're going to do the 1 gallon, again 4 quarts of water to 1 cup of kosher salt. This is a 2-cup half-quart container. We're going to go ahead and measure out 1 cup. Just about perfect there. Go ahead and add that to our water. I like to use brown sugar. You can use white sugar as well, but the brown, it tends to not burn as fast as white sugar. It caramelizes a lot more evenly, and it has a lot richer flavor than just a white granulated does. 10X I wouldn't recommend. It doesn't dissolve, and it is really sweet. Obviously, that's 10 times the grind of normal sugar. So it tends to be very sticky, it'll clump up on you, and it'll definitely, most chances are it's going to burn. So we got the brown sugar and our kosher salt, again measuring about 1 cup each. I'm going to go ahead and add that to our 1 gallon of water. You really, really want it to be nice and dissolved in here. You want it thoroughly even so it's going to penetrate throughout the whole pork loin. Now this is what we call a quick brine. This is only going to be a 2-hour brine. If you were going to do this overnight, you'd want to at least scale it back to a 1/4 cup, or you could even go a little bit higher with about a 1/2 cup of each, depending on how much flavor and potency you actually want in your meat. Here we turn over our products. We pretty much brine fresh every single day. So we do the strong brine for a 2-hour brine only. I'm going to take down a saute pan and toast up my aromatics. Pretty much keep it simple, just keep it very traditional. Peppercorns, bay leaves. By toasting them, you're opening up the aromas, you're taking out the rawness of it. Just go ahead. It goes fairly quickly. You can start to smell the aromas. Coming off of the bay leaves, coming off of the peppercorns. And that's another reason why it's kind of nice to have the cold water rather than the warm water, because it's going to pretty much act like a blanching process and shock the aromatics back down. That's pretty much good. I can smell it. I can see a little bit toasty color on the bay leaves. The peppercorns have warmed up, so right into the brine we're going to go. I always do 2 lemons. Just do them right through the center. You don't have to do them like a cocktail lemon. It makes it a lot easier to keep when you go to strain it. Squeeze that in, and go ahead and add the whole lemon right in there. Plunge it right in. These flavors are just great together. They're traditional French flavors. All right, we're gonna give that another stir to make sure everything's nice and incorporated. Just like that. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and plunge our whole loin right in there. Now, a lot of items that you go to brine will actually float to the top. Something like a pork loin is a little bit more dense, so it doesn't normally float, but if you're going to do anything like a chicken or a duck breast, the next thing you'd want to do is take something that's non-reactive that's going to weigh it down. So we'll go ahead and weigh this down just to make sure that all areas of the pork are completely covered. At this point, I'm going to wrap it securely. Wrap it up nice and tight, and we're gonna put it right into the cooler for that 2-hour period. Once it's done, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Just give it a nice rinse. At that point, I'm gonna see that the flesh is nice and pink. It's got deep color. You can smell the aroma of the aromatics on it. You can smell the lemon coming through. But most importantly, it's really just gonna pull out that natural moisture. When you do salt and sugar, what the salt is actually doing is it's drawing out the moisture while it's incorporating the sugar and the aromatics into the pork. So you just really end up with a much more flavorful piece of cut of, like I said, either pork, duck. We even do what else? Like I do all my chickens. Pretty much anything that can be brined, we do here. The difference between a brine and a marinade is that a marinade you're going to rub on with an oil base and let sit for a couple of days, or not a couple of days, but at least one day to really penetrate through the meat, where a brine is much more fast acting. If you did want to do something where it's very quick, say you had a dinner party and you just needed it done like that, you can even go up to 3/4 and 3/4 of each salt and sugar and go for just a half an hour, and that would penetrate fairly quickly as well. So that's pretty much brining in a nutshell. I hope you take a chance to try it yourself and see the great quality that comes out of it. Thank you.